So what are they?
Well, it's interesting stuff. A lot of it's about iOS, not just iPhone, though many of the devices seem to be iPhone-like in their description. And interestingly, a lot of this stuff was about usage patents. They were patents that showed how you swipe your finger across a screen, how you display the fact that a message has already been received so you don't see 7 messages from the same person, but a repeat of this. These are the kinds of things that Apple really feels is their secret sauce. Not so much a secret anymore, but clearly their sauce. If I can stick with my...
It's all in the details, essentially,
metaphor. Yeah,
right?
Why not?
Any cool patents, wearable technology type things that we could see in futuristic Apple devices?
There was no singular device, like when the patent for the wearable computer watch thing, that was so detailed and so interesting that it showed all the things that device might do. These seem to be in some ways incremental patents, the way that things work, not necessarily new things entirely. But really fascinating stuff. There's this cool thing that showed how they have a patent of this thing that as your phone goes further from your head, the voice will get louder, the sound will get louder. And it's patented based on that movement. And very clever stuff. And as we've seen from these guys, the ability to achieve these patents, to get these patents approved by the Patent Office, to have the Patent Office look at the prior art, all of the other patents cited that led up to this invention and say this thing is new and is ours, is going to matter in the future.
Interesting. So we've covered the Apple-Samsung patent rivalry in depth on this show. What sort of context does that give us on what we're seeing here?
Well, it just shows you how important these things can be. It's not just enough to get a product in the marketplace. This is sort of planning for the next round of lawsuits. And someone very, very well copy this, and might someone be able to copy it successfully in another country. But in the U.S., that patent protection could be very strong. So things like their navigation patents that they talk about here could matter to all kinds of companies, not just Samsung as a competitor, but car makers as competitors, other companies that do, Garmin and some others that do navigation products. Their ability to patent the way these things work on a telecommunications network, in a voice network, on the cloud, the way that these devices exist in the world and work are now even further locked in for Apple. It's really interesting. And frankly, I think these things are fascinating to read. They're highly detailed. They're really geeked out. But when you read really the fine print here, you start to understand how much care went into these products, why the Apple iOS has such a different customer experience, user experience, than other devices do, and what might be coming down the pike in the future.
All right. Someday we might see these come to life. All right.